Thursday here. How are y'all doing? Doing okay? Surviving? That's all you gotta do today, these days, is survive if you can. Even if you're not doing everything you thought you should be doing during this quarantining, self-isolation time. I think we all have to collectively give each other a giant break, because this is traumatic and this is a crisis. And just because you're not reading more books or starting a new hobby or exercising more or eating better or all the things that you said you would do when you had the time, just because you're not doing those doesn't mean you're not doing the best job you can on this here crazy time. So with that, I don't have Ezzie today, so I feel like I'm gonna get a lot more work done in theory, but I also recognize that you just never really know what your brain is going to be doing in any given day. In theory, I have time to get more work done. I'm hoping to get more work done. I also feel like I'm just a little loopy-doop. So we'll see. Love to you all. Talk to you soon. Ciao. I may not have Ezzie, but I have this little munchkin who once went viral for eating a watermelon on YouTube. Yes. Those were the days, Fergie. Those were the days. She can't see. She's blind. She doesn't know I'm videoing her. Well, I'm telling her. I'm videoing you. I love you. Munch. Actually, for real, who else has pets? I feel like they make a big difference during all this, just to have a little cuddly bunny or puppy or kitty cat or Ewok in my case. It is a glorious day in Sunnyside, mostly because I just noticed that my laundromat is open. So after my first meeting, first thing I'm gonna do is do my darn laundry. Just walking Fergie and going back in, don't you worry folks. Empty streets. The one thing that I feel really sad about in all this, and I know it's necessary, is that the fact that it's like nobody's neighborly anymore because everyone's trying to avoid each other and stay within 6 feet of each other as they walk down the street. And just like, used to be it is such a friendly neighborhood. Such a bummer. And if anyone was wondering what I was doing running around and hopping around my living room like a mad person earlier, I was just making a TikTok. Just trying to do that content. And also, I feel like TikTok is just a fun way to like get dancing, go crazy, and be silly. I recommend if you are not already on it. Guess what? I'm doing my laundry. Hurrah! So in between loads, I thought I'd come over here and chat with you guys. I read somewhere that this whole process has been like a grieving period for us all, and it's just like that horrible feeling, that sinking feeling we all have is a feeling of grief, and a grief of a life missing a life that we once had that we don't have anymore. And I'm really kind of feeling that today. It's so sunny out. I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't know, but then every now and then it hits me. I don't know if you guys have had this happen where you wake up in the morning and you forget for a second that this is all happening, and then you remember. And you get that sinking feeling. I've been getting that a lot. It's just such a strange feeling. Things that I got excited about before in my life, like I don't really feel that excitement anymore about a lot of things. I guess there's just not as much to look forward to. I think walking around in the sunshine and like feeling better, it can sometimes even feel worse because you're feeling better on the outside, but on the inside it's still just as crappy as ever. And we're hearing so many stories here in New York of cases going up, and people we know, and like, you know, my parents know personally, and things like that, falling victim to this. And it's just, I mean, it's beyond horrifying. It's beyond horrifying. It's hard to know when, I don't know, it's hard to just know what anything is anymore. And I'm finding it hard, still very hard, to concentrate. Like, I don't have Ezzie today, so today is supposed to be a day of being productive for me. And I think almost that's like harder than ever, just having that pressure and knowing this is the day when I don't have Ezzie because I get her back tomorrow, that I should be doing stuff and getting things done. And it's just like, every now and then, like, I'll be doing something, and then I just sort of like stare into space and like have to kind of snap back out of it. I don't know if you guys are all feeling that too. I want to hear about everybody else's experience. Like, I feel obviously very alone here, even though you guys have been so amazing and in telling me, at least sharing your experiences and just telling me that this is what I'm going through is similar to what you're going through, and we're in this together, and that means a lot. I'm so grateful for my health. I've never been more grateful in my entire life for my health. I had a little bit of a sore throat this week, and it's just crazy. I'm not a hypochondriac, but this really puts that not being a hypochondriac to the test, because it's hard not to start to overanalyze every little tickle in your throat or every little sort of like sniffle. This just sucks. There's no getting around it. It really, really sucks. But this is me though. This is so me. I feel like I can't just be like, this sucks, the end. I'm always like, but silver lining. It's hard being an optimist in these times. It's very testing of my optimism. But you know what? Such a great community, such great friends, amazing daughter. Everything is good, really. And I have my health and my family, and I love them and everything. So grateful. I'm grateful. So I never thought that I would take a work call while doing my laundry at the laundromat before, but I never thought we'd be in this situation either. So here we are. So I'm FaceTiming with Ezzie right now. She's walking around a cemetery, which is right now a really open green space to be running around without anybody else there. Obviously, while being respectful to the graves, but it's a nice open space to walk around when you don't have many options. Hi, Ezzie.
Hi.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. I love you.
Love you.
Love
My
you.
baby too.
You're my baby peanut.
You're so sweet, Ezzie. Okay, we'll say bye.
All right.
Okay, we'll give us out.
Bye. So I'm gonna sign off right now. And before I do, I just wanna tell you, on parents.com, we just published a story on 9 ways to cope with anxiety as a family during this COVID-19 pandemic. And it's such a good story. I really related to it hard. So some of the tips are: focus on what you can control, you know, wash your hands and do what you can do, but you can't control everything. Take a break from social media. Don't just overdo it with the scrolling. Start a new hobby if you can. I mean, if you have time. I do not. Also, just practicing self-care, exercising at home, and also virtual happy hours, and then focus on like what you do have, and try teletherapy. I'm probably gonna have a teletherapy appointment with my therapist next week, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's so important. So anyway, I'd love to hear how you guys are all coping with all this, if you have solutions to coping with anxiety. I don't normally think of myself as somebody with anxiety, but this is giving me all kinds of it. So yeah, give me a shout. Tell me what you want me to cover or talk about. I would love to hear from you all. Okay, take care. Thinking of you. Bye.